Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. It's great to be with you. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I am coloring in the Coloring Heaven book, Cutesy Christmas Special, and this is issue 68 with designs from Mariola Budek, Jen Katz, Hannah Lynn, Ruth Sanderson, and a whole bunch of other artists. And today I thought we could do the Christmas Fairy here by Hannah Lynn. But I'm going to do possibly a pastel background, so I'll leave the background for last, and we will work on the girl first. Hi Kenny, how are you? Okay, so I've got Pinterest open to give me some ideas, and I was kind of going with the Nutcracker Sugar Plum Fairy kind of vibe. So I'm thinking we'll give her like maybe some dark hair, a silverish tiara, make these berries here all dark grape kind of color, so very, very dark plum with possibly maybe white leaves, maybe with a bit of purple in them, and then I'll pull in all the purples. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do on the decoration here because there's a lot of details, but the idea will be very dark bodice, and then I'll blend the purple out into white towards the ends here, and I'll give her a pale pink stockings and ballet shoes. So I will, when the page is done, in my completed videos picture, I will show the image that I am using. I don't know how to show it here on my live stream, but I can definitely show it there. I'm doing all right, thanks Kenny. No complaints. I had pulled out my markers, but I think I might leave my markers out for this one. I might do a very fine base on the dress and then build it up. So maybe I'll do a pale hibiscus on her dress, if I can find it. Ah, here it is. I think I'm going to go really light because I'm worried if I go too dark, it's going to affect the whole picture. Okay. Alright, so I'm just using an Ohuhu marker, and I'm just going to base everything here. And I will deepen this all up with pencil. I don't normally color in Hannah Lynn's pages. I don't normally gravitate to them, but I thought it would be fun to do something quick and easy. And I am aware some people have this issue, so I thought, you know, it might be good fun to just color in something a few of us have, and hopefully haven't colored this one together, we can color it together. Ah, thank you, Kenny. It is quite a sweet picture. It's got a lot of detail on the clothes, and I never really know what to do with all that detail. How much do you cover up? How much do you color in? I've colored one Hannah Lynn and it was very detailed. I can actually show you which one I colored. Just got to remember which way I go. Here we go. So I colored this one and it was really detailed. And I also used alcohol markers for this one. And the alcohol markers actually did help quite a bit. But again, it was also quite detailed and I didn't know what to do. So I stuck her outside, which maybe logically wasn't the best idea because she's not dressed very warmly. But anyway, it's okay. The nice thing is I'm not too fussed with these pages, so you know, we can experiment, and if it goes well, cool, and if I don't like it, well, it's not like a Kanoko Igusa or a Clara Markova page where it would be a bit more of an issue if I didn't do a good job. Ah, thank you. So I'm kind of thinking the purple will sit on top of more of like a whitish tutu. I mean, we could always take a silver or gold gel pen and go around the edges if we need and create a bit more of a lace effect. I suppose you could colour in all this detail if you really wanted to. I think I will probably do Prismacolors on the skin. Or maybe I'll be adventurous and try a different, and try the Black Widows. Because I think this is the paper before Colouring Heaven decided to change their paper. Okay, so now for her stockings, I'm going to use another marker, and I think I'm going to also lay a base on her skin. So I want to create her skin like quite light, so I'm thinking maybe a Barley Beige and a Pinkish Vanilla. So let's see. This is where I stare at my markers and I get completely lost. I just stare and stare and then I get befuddled. Nope, not that one. Sorry, I'm going quiet because I'm trying to make sure I get the right one. Okay, I was going to do the stockings and the boots a pinkish vanilla. So this is R192. Hi Connie, how are you? Hi Carly. Yeah, I've gotten to enjoy the alcohol markers as a base a lot more. The more I color with them, the more I appreciate them. I do like blending with alcohol markers, but I found I prefer doing that when I have the right paper. So I get a lot of satisfaction when I can blend the markers and really get depth and shadows and all of that. But on this type of paper, I honestly find it absorbs the alcohol far too quickly to really blend it properly. So I just prefer doing the blending with pencils. Hi Anna, how are you? Oh, I'm sorry you didn't get a good night's sleep last night. It's always really hard. Alright, then for the skin I'm going to use a Barley Beige R196. I might give her like really dark lipstick, so she's got a bit more of that dance performance thing going on. And then for her hair, I want to give her like quite dark hair because I think that will look really nice. Oh, I'm sorry it was insomnia. That really sucks. Hi Leslie, how are you? Oh, you're decorating your tree. Sounds like fun. Right, I'm going to zoom in a bit more so you guys don't see my head popping in and out. So I'm just looking for a brown. So I want to use E769 if I can find it. Oh my goodness. Ah, there we go, found it. Okay, so I'm going to use a brick brown, and this is going to be more like my lighter shade, and I'll build it up. So we'll just give her a beautiful brown hair, make her a beautiful brunette. Okay. Hi Mona, how are you? Alright, so I think that is my marker base done, and we can put this to one side and get the pencil. So I just want to have a look and compare between the Black Widows and the Prismas and see which of them has more of the shades that I'm after. Or maybe we can use both. Okay, I'm going to get out my Monarchs, and if I need to, I'll use the Prismas and I'll use both. I'm glad you're doing well. So we're going to need black and we'll try a Huntsman and see how this goes. Okay. Yeah, I'm not doing too badly, thank you. Was baking gingerbread houses today, so and tomorrow we're going to meet up with people we know and we're going to build up gingerbread houses. So I was baking gluten-free ones, and yeah, it's like a bit of a tradition now. We like baking gingerbread houses over Christmas, and then around Christmas Eve I try and bake sugar cookies and have the kids decorate them. Be interesting to see how much of these sort of traditions they keep as they get older. Oh, cool, Carly. I'm glad you made a gingerbread house. Yeah, these ones are, there's definitely a lot of skill in constructing a gingerbread house. We've been doing this for 6 years now. Every year we get together and construct these gingerbread houses, and so But, you know, even though you've done them so many times, I think because the kids grow, it changes each year. So as a mom, the experience is different each year. And then I end up with 3 gingerbread houses in the house to eat. Okay, so now I'm going to use Black Widow, which is the black in the Black Widow set, and this will be found in the Spider set. Oh wow, a show where they build elaborate gingerbread houses as a competition. That sounds so much fun. I would definitely be watching one of those shows. Although on YouTube I sometimes excuse me, watch people decorating sugar cookies or gingerbread cookies. They do all that fancy work. Alright, I'm back down to my Huntsman now, just to try and blend this out so it looks a bit more natural. But she's so small, you don't really need to do a lot of work on her. Oh, cool, Food Network. That's cool. Okay, I'm going to take a bit of Rusty, still a bit too dark, so let's go down to a saddle. I want this to be quite light. And just bring out the highlights a bit more. So I'm not really trying to layer it too heavy. I just want enough of it to create that highlight. Well, our gingerbread men, when they come out, they don't look much like gingerbread. They look really just edible. Okay, so we've done her hair. Let's do her skin. Now, because I don't have the skin tone sets, I need to just think this through very carefully. So I actually don't want her to have too dark skin. So I might come in with this saddle, and let's see. I'm also not really good at makeup, even in real life. So her makeup is just going to be very bare. Oh no, you should totally make them again. The best part of gingerbread men is to make them, decorate them, and then get a cup of tea or coffee and have a good munch. Alright, so now I'm going to refer to my other Hannah Lynn page just to help me with her nose. With her nose, I've got to just got to get the tilt of her head right. That, and then I'm going to come around here, something like that. Sorry guys, I've got to refer. I used Amberley Silencia's video on how to do Hannah Lynn noses, so I've only done it once and I want to refer to it. I'm very ginger. I'm like, oh my gosh, am I putting this in the right place? Oh. We will live and learn and experiment, and it will be fine. And if I really get stuck, I'll just pull out Prismas. Oh, that's an interesting observation, Collie. I hadn't realized it's been a while since she last published a book. Alright, I'm going to bring out, I need a dark, so maybe like a mahogany, just for the very deeper places. Okay, let's try the mahogany. She's going to need some pink. She's looking a bit too brown. It was right next to you. Oh, that's interesting, Kali. Yeah. Not Kali, Mona. That you make a great point. Diamond paintings and puzzles instead of coloring books. I've noticed Christine Karen and Selena Fennick also have quite a lot of that going on too. I suppose they're trying to keep up with the interest. Right, so now I want some pinky. But I don't want to do too dark pink just yet, so we need to be careful. So I'm looking for fudge. Ah, here we go, got fudge. Let's try this. No, not enough, so let's try bliss. I need quite a fair amount of pink. Hi Penny, how are you? Okay, so now I need a cream. I could use a milk actually. Let's see. I think I'm going to knock this skin tone back with a bit of white. I mean, she doesn't look too bad, but I think if you use a white, it might just soften it all down. This is where using alcohol markers as a base on skin, it does make me a bit, well, I get a little anxious over it because I find it a lot trickier to balance the colors. But it's okay. It's okay. It will work out. She will look fine. Oh, Leslie, I'm glad you love gingerbread cookies. They're actually quite easy to make. I used treacle in mine instead of molasses because I didn't know where to get molasses in the UK. And I wanted to be able to get something quite easy, you know, quick and easy. So I got treacle instead. And yeah, it didn't go out too badly actually. The flavor is still quite good and it's not too strong that the kids don't like it. So I learned something today. Okay, I'm happier now. The white is just blending it all out and just softening things up. Let's go here. So I'm still just trying to work on this nose. But I'm not sure I've got it right. I think it's gone a little wonky. So I'll bring out my eraser. There we go. It's the angle, you gotta just get the angle right. Okay, I'm going to leave the nose now. Oh, tell me about it. They are really hard. It's quite a challenge to actually get those angles in and make sure they're in the right place, the tilt of the head. But it's okay. She's got a little bit of a nose, so that's all that matters. And then I need to just double check how I did her eyes. Okay. Right, so she needs eyes. We could give her like bluey purple eyes actually. So see, I'm constantly referring back to my picture. Alright, so this is Tulip from the Cobra set. But I'm going to lay over on top of this blue. So Storm Blue from the Monarch set. And yeah. Okay. Right. Never mind. I will fix that. I made a mistake, but it's okay. We're learning. Okay, I'm gonna go back over that with my purple tulip. Oh, thank you, Kenny. How big is your tree, Leslie? Alright, I want Blue Moon. And then a sky. And a bit of eggplant. I get hubby to put on the lights and then the kids take over. Okay, so let's go over here and this will do her eyelashes. Okay, so I need to add in a little bit of the whites of the eyes because I colored over it. So I'm just going to try and erase that. So put a bit of white in here and in here. Because it's supposed to be white, you know, white areas of the eyes. Oh wow, a 7-foot tree, that's incredible. Okay, now for her lips. So we'll use the tulip. She's got itty bitty lips. And we'll use the eggplant. And a bit of black. And a bit of pastel purple. I'm glad you like her eyes. Wow, I can't believe you've got like a 12-foot or 7-foot tree. That's just amazing and mind-boggling. I'm glad you all have someone to help you with the tree. Alright, so I'm going to take the eggplant and I'm going to work here on her bodice and in the shadows. So if I do this up here, I think I'm just going to really, for now, ignore all of the intricate details on her dress because I honestly just don't know how to go about coloring it. Hi Jody, how are you? Okay, so in here I'm going to use this and I'm going to bring it out, but I'm not going to make this purple. I'm going to kind of weave it into white somehow. Somehow. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just winging this. I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, do you even accent that she's got breasts, or do you just leave it? Oh my gosh. I don't color enough clothing. Maybe I need to work on that next year. Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Oh, thanks, Kenny. I will leave it then. Oh yes, we'd love to see your beautiful Christmas trees. Okay, so this is pastel purple. might take a silver gel pen and do the decoration with that. Let's use the Storm Blue to try and deepen up the shadows. Just change this front bodice a little bit. Alright, so I swapped it for the tulip. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I thought purple would look really great. It was either that or try and do peach. But I wasn't sure how to actually create a peach into a white kind of texture. And I really thought it would be fun to try and play with other pencils, not always my Prismas. I mean, I think I've decided Prismacolors are my favorite pencil, at least out of what I've got. But I know that it's fun to color and play around with other things. So I thought it would be fun to give it a go and have a play. And then I can always blend it with my Prismacolor blender. So black, and then I'm just going to go over that with eggplant. Okay, so it's basically the same idea for the rest of the dress. But I'm trying to make sure that here it's light. This section is quite light because here I'm going to go dark. So that whole thing, you know, keep your lights light and your darks darks. Okay, so I want pastel purple from the Scorpion set, but not a whole lot of it, just enough. Just it brightens everything up. And then I'll go over that with the other purples. Now I could give her very translucent wings, or I could give her black and purple wings. Right, so we're getting there slowly but surely. I might give her black and purple wings because I normally give her give my creatures and my fairies translucent wings. But we'll see how we go. Right, so if I check my I need like maybe a fawn. I need some fawn and some greys to do the whites of the dress. So I could use gunmetal. A bit of fawn, and I'm going to try and fill out the frills now. Okay, and some spider web. Let's see. So spider web over the eggplant here on the frills of her dress. Now I have heard some people really like the Derwent Chinese white. Other people like the, what do you call it? The luminance white. So I would just, if you want to blend out, use whichever white pencil you really enjoy. Yeah, we need to add lots of glitter, don't we? I've got a beautiful amethyst Dovecraft glue we could use like along here. and on the bodice. You could even add some in the wings. It would look pretty. And I do have some pearl colors which we can use, because it's a fun page and we can, and glitter makes us happy. Let me just push her up slightly so you get a better look. Gosh, your trees all sound so amazing. So I'm trying really hard here to make sure I can kind of read where the dress is kind of bending and dipping. Hi Emily, how are you? Oh, I love the idea of using the big tree as mama's tree and the little ones for the kids to play with. That sounds like a great idea. Okay, so now I'm gonna bring in some fawn. Try brighten this up. So I'm trying to layer this, but I'm also trying not to overwork this, because I really don't think that this is a page that needs to be fussed over. I mean, you can fuss over it, don't get me wrong, and there's nothing wrong with that. But because Hannah Lynn isn't my all-time favorite, and I don't really mind if it's not my best effort, if you know what I mean. Because sometimes it's just fun to colour and not worry about making it a masterpiece. And also I really have no idea how I would turn this into realistic material. I just don't have the knowledge. Right, I'm going to bring in a bit of that tulip. Because I want it to kind of be in here. So it's blending out, but it's not the dominant color. Exactly. Having fun is all that counts. So I want it to look like she's got folds here of white and purple, and the only way I can think of to show that is to just kind of have the purple just tucking in. But just very subtle, nothing too glaringly obvious or dominating, just a touch. Yeah, I agree with that, trying to get back into that way of colouring where you're not worrying so much about what it looks like, but you're just having fun. I think it's important, really, you know, coming back to that whole thing of why did we start colouring in the first place. Although I find for next year, one of my goals is going to be to just have more fun with things and experiment a bit more, try different things. So we'll see how it goes. That's so true, Kenny, that with the more realistic pictures you can put more effort, and there are pictures where you can have fun. Yeah, there's a lot of truth and wisdom in that. I tend to forget about it, and I tend to get stuck in applying the same amount of effort in every single picture. And the downside of that is I can get stuck in a rut, or I can discourage myself quite quickly. So yeah, it's definitely words of wisdom to identify which pages are just for playing and having fun and which are for putting more effort. And I think also that it's okay to have both. So I think I'm going to do a similar style on the frills of her tutu, on her dress here, on these frilly things. Lacy bits, frilly bits, whatever you want to call them. I wanted to be a ballerina when I was little. I was 6 and I wanted to be a ballerina, but by that time we were already missionaries up in Mozambique, so there was no way I would be able to pursue that dream. But I was very, very adamant. I wanted to be a ballerina, and when I got slightly older, I decided I wanted to be a ballerina and give my shows for free, and they were going to be shows where people could come, and I would go to poor countries and I would be a missionary ballerina. And that was my crazy idea as a little girl. Go evangelize the world through ballet. Yeah. Well, I can't even do the splits, so that was just a really sweet childhood dream. Hi Brittany, how are you? Oh, Jody, that's such a great point. That all the things you've learned along the way are great, but remembering the why you started is more important. Yeah, such great words of wisdom right there. Okay, so now I'm back onto my pastel purple. You wanted to be a mechanic or a vet and you became a hot mess. Yeah, you and me both. Although being a mechanic, that would be pretty cool. Did you have a specific field of mechanics that you were interested in? At one stage I wanted to be a nurse, and then I saw some TV program with a lot more realisticness of the nature of emergency and trauma and all of that at hospitals, and I decided nope, I did not have the stomach to be a nurse or a doctor, so there went that idea. I think at one stage I wanted to be a scientist, then a marine biologist. There was quite a few things I wanted, as I think each year I wanted to be something different. I didn't become any of it. Except a mom and a wife. I always knew I wanted to get married and have children. But as far as career goes, all the things that I imagined as a kid, you know, it's just part of growing up, I suppose. I do like this purple. Some of the best people in the world are the ones who think they're a hot mess. because they're actually really humble and beautiful and easy to talk to and relate to. Oh, that's so cool. You wanted to be like your granddaddy. That's awesome. You must have been a really special man. I'm just alternating between all my purples. So eggplant, tulip, really just those two. And sometimes a bit of that pastel purple. And then I'll go over and blend it out with my white pencil. I think we might actually be lucky to get her done in one night. That would be a record. 2 hours to pretty much finish a page. Or maybe. Okay, so spider web. Wow, what a special man. Alright, so that was fawn and gunmetal, and then blend that out with a white pencil. Right, so okay, I'm going to take milk along these shoes of hers. And then I need the dragon orange peel. Oh yes, Brittany, I'm aware that Hannah Lynn has Patreon. Quite a few of these artists, they do that. It's really great if you like their kind of work and you want to color in more. It's a really great idea. Right, so now I'm going to get some Prismacolor cream and just try and soften this out. Okay, so now for her stockings, I'm going to use a Monarch Bliss. And then I will most likely tone it down with some white. All right, let's put a bit of gray here. Just tones the pink down a bit. Okay, let's bring her down. And then I'm going to use a black. So this part here, And then we'll come in with the eggplant. And a white. A tulip on top of the white. Which color did you want? The stockings or the wings? So here I'm using the Black Widow pencil, which is the black. The wing, okay, the wing is Black Widow black, so BW11 from the Spider set. Then I'm using eggplant from the Monarch set, MN116, and tulip from the Cobra set, which is CB55, and a bit of the Prismacolor white. Bye Mona, thanks for joining, it was lovely to chat to you. Enjoy your dinner. Egg fart. No, sorry. I do try to behave. All right, this one is eggplant. Oh, good question, Kali. No, I haven't done a tutorial on how to do iridescent bubbles. Would you like one? Yes, I've seen some really lovely watercolor iridescent bubbles, and I've also seen some great tutorials on how to color Christmas baubles with watercolors. I think I've even seen colored by Maya. She's done iridescent bubbles with Inktense. I think she's got a tutorial on her channel. Okay, so I think here needs to be quite dark because it's behind. We want her arm to kind of show. Show you how to color all things. I haven't even learned all things. Don't worry, I can show you how to use pencils. Okay, so then I take my white pencil and I'm smudging it out. Probably don't even need to use the tulip after this. And then here, because it's more white than purple, I just put a bit of the tulip. I find watercolor really hard to really get a feel for. I am trying, and I do need to work on it a bit more. I think I need to work on how to build up the layers, because I often feel like watercolor is quite washed out. So I think it's just, I've got to be patient with it. But I think I've also heard it said that watercolor is probably the hardest of the art mediums to use, because you can't really control it in the same way that you can control the other paints or even a pencil. Oh, there you go. It's meant to have the washed out look. I think I just need to get used to it, really. I really love watching people use watercolor though, and looking at watercolor paintings. I think it's just absolutely amazing what can be done with watercolor. Do you ever find when you're coloring, the spine of the book starts to break a little bit? I've noticed that with some of my romantic country books. I don't know if I'm damaging the spine. My book is going quite flat. Nothing's falling out yet. At least not yet. So I don't think I've damaged it too much. Oh, I love that you do watercolors your way. I think it all comes down to the purpose. You know, you use watercolor because you enjoy it and that's your chosen way of coloring. Okay, so there's her dress and her wings are done, and now I've just got her tiara. Okay, so I'm just going to come along here. This is spider's web. And then I'm going to use Black Widow in here to kind of show like she's got holes in her tiara. You can probably just use a gel pen, really. Okay, so I've got my Sakura Stardust. And we can use those in a minute. think I'm going to give her blue leaves. Bluey white leaves, because then I can tie it in with her eyes. Bye Jodie, have a lovely rest of your week. Thanks for stopping by. So this is the sky from the Monarch set. And then I'm going to use Storm Blue, also from the Monarch set. I like that blue actually. I think it's pretty. And then if I just use a white pencil, and just blend it all out. And we could actually give some pink flowers. And that will tie in her stockings. We use a bit of watermelon. So we like pinky white flowers. I'm almost done, and then at the background I'll just do a probably a pink pastel background. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you like it. At least it's just connecting everything together. And if I use a white gel pen on the tiara, something like that. And then I wanted to use eggplant, so I might use watermelon and eggplant. Let's see. I'm going to grab a black cherry out of the Prismacolors. Because I think that will look really nice. Just deepen it up. So this is the Prismacolor Black Cherry. And then I go over that with the eggplant. And let's see, with a bit of the watermelon. And you can use some black. And black cherry. Right, she is almost done. Let's do the eggplant. Watermelon. Back to my cherry, and then I'll use the Black Widow, which is the black pencil, for the shadows. So this is the Sakura Stardust Jelly Roll. And then the Sakura White Gel Pen. And then I have a silver jelly roll here, which we can just put up there. And then we can do white along her bodice, or this lacy bit here. This is just the silver. And we can put a purple. There we go. Oh, thank you, Carly. So for her dress, we could take the purple. We can always do trace over all of these details with a purple If we do the inside purple, we can do the outer portion. We can do the outer portion white. You could probably take white acrylic paint here and just use white acrylic paint. It may even be faster and more efficient than using a white gel pen. Hi, Leslie. It would actually really just be better to just take a white acrylic paint. It's so funny because the other Sakura gel pens I use, they are fine going over any wax, but my white gel pen, for some reason, it just starts. It's very strange. don't think I would do all of the decoration on the dress. I mean, I might just do some. Yeah, it's possible it could be just a different formula. I just find it very odd, you know, same brand and different results. Oh, thank you, Kenny. I'm glad you like it. For a quick page, I don't think it's come out too badly. And it's actually just nice to sit and just color something in quickly. Kind of like relaxed coloring. Especially at this time of the year. I don't know about everyone else, but I found this time of the year sometimes just it's been so busy, so just to have something where you can sit and just unwind, it's almost more helpful. Right, I'm gonna see if I can find a pink pastel. Which I can't, so I'll grab a new color too, and we can use a new color. I'm just going to use a very light pink. I might not even do the whole background. I think if you have pan pastels or pastels and you just do gentle pink in the background, get a nice, real nice finish. So I'm trying to use quite a lot of water because I don't want it too opaque. I want it quite washed out. You could probably even mix pinks and blues. Pleasure, Kenny. Thanks for staying and for chatting. It's lovely. And I hope you have a great week. Alright, so let's just get this background done. I must say, I don't mind the paper warping. Quite a few of the pictures in here I'm not probably going to color, so this isn't the kind of book that I see myself finishing. So I don't mind the pages warping or not finishing the book or anything like that. So it does really help to have a bit more freedom to express oneself and to try different things and to play around. So I'm using quite a bit of water just to try and blend this all out so it's not I learned an interesting thing with watercolor paints. When you sprinkle salt on top of the watercolor paint, it really gives quite a cool effect. Oh, thanks, Leslie. Yeah, I don't think I'm the kind of person who would go out and buy Hannah Lynn's pictures, not because her work is horrible, but just it's not really my style. I don't mind playing around with it every now and then. And I found with the Coloring Heaven magazines, on the one hand, it's a great way to learn and experience different artists' styles, but I don't often like some of the artists that are in the Coloring Heaven magazines. So kind of became a bit of it didn't feel like it was worthwhile. So I stopped buying the magazines and decided I'd just stick to what I have. Well, this whole thing's really, really cool. Alright, so I'm going to put up some pearl effects on here and see how this works. I think I'll get a bigger brush. Worst case scenario, I just black out the whole background. These pearl colors, I haven't really worked out how to use them. And sometimes I'm not sure if they are supposed to go over things or... I haven't tried Hannah Lynn's grayscale. I think because her line art hasn't really grabbed me, I haven't really felt it would be worthwhile to pursue. I do like the wet on wet technique though, with watercolor. When you put a blue and you need to spread it out, you need to just embrace it. See, I'm not actually really good at making a mess. So when I start to make a mess in my coloring, I have to keep working with it because I cringe so much. Oh, well done, Brittany. Okay, so now I need like white paint. Well, exactly, you got to keep working on it until you're happy, or know when to stop. Okay, so I'm going to put some white acrylic paint and water it down with some water. And try and make some like splatters. Which is not really working. I think this page is so wet now. It might be better to leave it to dry. Have a great week, Carly. Thanks for stopping by. It's lovely to chat with you. I have gone quite a bit over my normal scheduled time. I think I'm going to have to stop here so this all can dry. The background's not too bad now. At least it's got a shine. It's very light, which is what I wanted. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this page dry, and I will probably touch up the skirt with white gel pen, just to try and create a bit more of a fabric-y look to it. But other than that, this page is pretty much done. So I'm going to call it a night, and thank you all so much for joining me, for watching and staying later than I normally do with me. I really appreciate you, and I hope you have a great week, and I will see you this time next week for another video. So take care everyone, and as always, happy Christmas and happy coloring. Bye for now.